last we left off, these two had their last testimony, so now we're about to cross-examine them again.
That's right. Yeah. So we were going through their statements here. Yeah. And it's starting to pick apart what they had presented, the evidence that they're
Yeah.
like, oh, well, he said he was turned the other way. That was one of them, as I recall.
Yep.
Things along those lines that they didn't really see the
Yeah,
evidence.
but Ryunosuke saw a woman sitting with the victim, and like he's swearing
That's
he saw her, and no one has seen the woman yet. Yep.
gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
And again, we will be reprising our dramatic readings.
I
Probably not as much. Well, I guess, we can
As
do a
long
full
as you
statement. We've
do
gone through them before.
Shatner Kazuma, I don't care if you don't do anybody else, but as long
We'll
as you keep
do.
doing,
I'll try. Um,
if
yeah,
you
I
if you can't, that's
definitely
fine.
remember exactly how all of the voices were, and I will just go into the mind palace and pull out the precise. That's lied. That's not gonna happen. I might be able to pull some of them back. We'll see. But yeah, so Aiden here is going to be reading for Rio, I believe, and then I
Yep.
think I foolishly took on the role of everyone else.
Yeah. I could
So
totally do
yeah,
other characters too. We just have to like tell you what,
I may
the next
say,
new
okay,
character
you're
that
going to
comes
be
up.
so and so from now on.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
We'll
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 do
figure it
that.
out on the spot. Yeah.
Have you pick up? It's
Yeah.
yeah. I was going to say I may just toss off some reads to you here periodically,
Mhm.
but right. So right, we were going through the cross examination
Yeah,
here.
we just they just gave their testimony, so the cross examination just started. So
Did we not get one of the points already? I
no,
thought
no,
we had.
I ended
Okay.
as soon as they finished. So all right,
Okay, so we hadn't begun this process. All right.
yes, we just started. So
So,
what do you want to do?
even if are you sure what I saw wasn't the precise moment?
Looking at the history, the true
Okay,
culprit here is kind of like the beginning of the
that's the start. So,
yeah.
okay,
See, look, the defense is titled "To cross-examine the witness has been making quick understood." So like we're
all
just
right.
starting this segment cross-examination.
But I thought that we had pointed out the fact that they didn't actually see that precise moment and that happened during cross. But I'm misremembering. I think it
No,
is.
we did. This
Anyway.
is the second cross-examination after we pointed that out.
Oh,
Yeah.
double cross
Remember,
examination.
perjury isn't a thing in this universe.
It's not? Is
Yeah,
that real? It's not a thing at all? Lying
well,
on the stand's just okay?
it it happens so much. It happens so much. Listen,
Cool.
if they're on the
Okay.
witness stand, just assume they're either lying or they just don't know any better.
Or wrong.
They're
Well, I
just
think
wrong.
that's like general, like lawyers are going to say that that's like the case.
Yeah.
Most eyewitness testimony.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah,
pretty
they're either
much.
wrong or lying. But no, I don't. That's probably
So anyway, do you want to just
anyway.
press all these? See what comes up?
Do you want me to read through them or
No,
are we
because
good?
they already read through them already, so it's
Okay,
green. Okay.
then I will take it off. Yeah. All right. So yeah, even if you didn't see that, it was almost the same thing. What's next? Yeah, I was gonna say I'll at least need a refresher before
Okay.
we can just press on every statement, I
Yeah.
suppose. But okay, pointing his gun at the foreign man he was, the young lad, black. I'm that much myself.
Hmm?
I feel like I should be doing it in voices because we haven't read them
No,
yet
you have
this
to.
time.
Though I will say though, I don't remember how I did this, but I mean, but if I'm remembering correctly, yeah, there's definitely a waiter who was there. So I don't know if we can
Beefy.
present. Yeah, we had a waiter. Uh,
Well, there would have to be, I suppose, or ostensibly you would need more than one. But yeah,
can
that's what I
we?
was trying to figure out.
Oh, we can't do
Do
people
we
yet.
have
Okay.
any evidence yet? Though that's because you can't press. You can press, but like
Yeah,
that's just sort of like hitting doubt. It doesn't get you anything
it
concrete.
might. It might, depending on the situation. So,
Okay.
all right.
Well, Yeah.
Let's see it.
Englishman dining all by himself. And then no one other than the black uniform could activate dispatch the Englishman over.
Yeah, and then this is where they're all like, everyone's like, "Oh my god!"
Kazuma.
All right, hit us with it. Come on.
What do you think, Ryu? It's
That's
gonna be.
perfect. That's exactly how you did it.
I don't. Okay. All right. If you say so.
Um,
That's it. No,
um,
I just the voices.
oh,
What? What's the matter? Nailed
I,
it.
I can't find anything. I can't find a clear discrepancy anywhere. That's a tough
You're
word.
probably right on that. They weren't alone.
I'm done for. I can't win this trial. No, 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 no.
Get it together, Ryu. Listen, the first thing is to calm down. You can't expect witness statements to be full of holes every time. So just take your time and try to tease more information out of them first.
What do you mean?
Sultry stare. You can choose either press or present against each of the witness
I'm
statements.
imagining whenever he says those, it's just like an echo, so it's just press or present.
Dun dun dun. If a witness is saying something you're suspicious about, press him on it with Q.
What is Q? Guys, what is Q?
Whole thing. That's not content for this stream. With a little luck, you may get more details, which could prove to be crucial.
Kazma's just like, dude, why don't you let me defend you? Like, why don't you just let me defend you? Come on.
It's like, yeah, right. It's a
Right.
dude who's watching his little brother play video games, you know? He's just like, oh, no, you're doing it. Oh my God, no, no. Just give me the controller.
Yeah, alright. Right. I see.
The important point is there's no sense in holding back. More movie announcer voice and shit. If anything even slightly jars you, press the witness on it and press them hard.
Oh, if they jar me.
Mm, even
Oh,
slightly.
alright, got it. I'll press them like blocks of tofu. I'm Japanese. The professor
I like
wasn't
that
alone
too.
in the restaurant. I'm sure of it. In one way or another, this cross-examination is going to prove I'm right. Well, my descendant will be
Goddamn
right.
eyes.
It's time to press them for all they're worth. My fate depends on it. He has fucking bug
Goddamn
eyes.
unblinking.
All right, let's press it. You want
It's
to press him?
almost the same thing. Well, press. Yeah, press it. Yes. Press it real good.
No, no, no. It's not the same thing at all. For a start, I didn't fire that gun.
We have a difference of opinion on that. The opinion of a uniformed officer versus that of a fledgling cadet.
I don't think so.
Consider this, defendant.
Love the voice.
I assume that's what I did last time. Just a moment ago, I blinked.
Did
But
you? I
we would
can't.
never know.
I can't tell.
Right.
You might
That's
not even
his
have
point.
eyes. You might not even have eyes.
Exactly.
Uh,
Precisely his point.
did you?
Did you see it? Did you see me blink?
Hi.
And yet, it is an undeniable fact that I did blink. See? That's his
You
point.
old bastard.
No, there you have it.
You have it, you. Uh, have what?
Attention! The sound of the firearm rang in my ears, and the very next moment, I saw you waving the gun at the Englishman. I think that says it all, don't you?
Arg.
And let us not forget that the antiques dealer witnessed the accused in this most incriminating position as well.
He's also like, can we mark in the record that the defendant turned into a dinosaur? That was really weird.
Isn't that so, Korakuta-san?
That's what. Dot dot dot.
Ellipses.
Why don't you say anything, old man? Yes.
Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man he was, that young lad in black. That much I myself did see.
You have your eyes closed, you old
Um,
fart.
I mean, he said he was digging around on the ground or whatever
Yeah,
last time I saw.
yeah. Yes,
Or I
it may be
guess,
true
yeah.
that I was holding the gun at the point in time. Yeah, I know, guys. It's a little problematic. We keep bringing that
It was
up.
bad. It was dumb. I shouldn't have picked up the gun. I get that.
But I told you already, it's only because I picked it up off the floor.
Well, obviously, as the culprit, that's the only way you could explain it away.
After you explain the hair loss over there, friend. Yes.
It's deliberate, okay? He's,
I had just finished drinking my
symbols often.
coffee, and I was about to leave the restaurant when I
I was like, oh my
noticed
god, a gun.
I noticed a gun at the
Put your
floor of
mouse
Dr.
like
Wilson's feet. So I picked it up. And exactly at that moment,
Were you
bang!
asleep? Oh my god, there's a second shooter.
A gunshot rang in my ears.
Hmm. Full of events beyond our control, life is.
Sorry? What do you mean?
In your case, you found a pistol on the floor and picked it up, which precipitated this testing predicament. Can he just have a knife? Is that okay?
I mean, Cosmos
Whereas,
has a sword.
conversely, that's a good point. You're right.
Mm.
I failed, but he's like a borderline officer of the court. Maybe you can get away with it. I failed to pick up the crowbar from the floor and find myself in an equally testing predicament as a result. Wait, what?
Ellipses? What the hell?
Yeah, I'm not sure I followed it either, and I said it. Anyway, the fact remains, myself, I did see you with pistol in hand, standing over the foreigner.
I love how that eventually just turns into Morgan Freeman.
Stop it.
Oh, I get it. I like it.
For the premises at the time, confirmed that we were the only person in prison. I guess, is that what we just pressed on? No, that's not.
No. You must have noticed someone
Anyway,
else at Dr. Wilson's table. There's a lady there.
as you have been at pains to point out time and again, I feel I'm growing a callus in my ear.
That's your own
But
voice doing it, you old fart. Sorry, I'm being a little mean to Ouchie, but he's being mean to me.
it's okay, Skeletor. He's not supposed to be favorable. And yet, no one else appears to have caught even a glimpse of this woman.
Ah!
Uh,
If only there had been more
Wait, but
people
that's
dining there at the
literally the
time.
same argument you made about the blinking.
Yeah.
There should
The-
be like a verbal judo option where you,
right?
just like, well, but just because I didn't see it doesn't mean it didn't
Mm.
happen. Thank you
He-
for the.
If if only there had been more people dining there at the time, then someone else would have noticed her.
Unfortunately, it was already past 2 p.m. when it happened. The quiet time between lunch and dinner in any restaurant.
I know. Of course the place was almost empty. It's what you'd expect.
It's certainly 2 p.m. is neither here nor there in terms of a time to eat. Is that
Oh,
relevant? Were we talking about that?
I don't know. Also, thank you, Pretzel, for liking the voices.
Always nice.
I wonder if there was a reason why the victim was eating at that time of day and why he was alone.
I don't know. He was hungry. Why else would you go to a restaurant?
Right? Like that's not that weird. What to do? Because the restaurant was empty. We just explained.
Yes, Your Excellency, there was indeed a
Oh
reason.
shit. There
Dun,
was?
dun. Ha! This was found in the victim's jacket pocket. What is that, Counsel?
He's gonna fall apart
Hmm.
real quick.
It is a medical report card, Your Excellency.
Whoa.
Did he pass?
It would seem that the victim had an appointment at a clinic prior to visiting the restaurant.
Or he had a physical or
Likely.
something.
Hot clinic. Yes, there would appear indeed to be an entry for the date in question.
See if I can actually
Hmm.
retain this.
19 November noon to past 1 p.m.
If it gets too much, I can do the judge. It's no problem.
So good.
The very day
Of the incident.
So, the victims went for a late lunch following his appointment. The explanation couldn't be more simple.
God.
The prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it really had no bearing on the case.
That's
And yeah,
totally how it works. You know, you just don't you know. I guess they never heard of
you just get evidence that you don't
what's
need all the
what's
time. Well, that's a
isn't
good
there what's the term? Isn't like a term in law for when like the defense and prosecution share evidence?
discovery. Yeah,
Discovery.
you.
Yeah, I guess that's not a thing.
It's a more modern concept where there's like the obligation to share. I think,
Oh,
um, relatively speaking, anyway, in terms of like
oh.
legal traditions. But no, compared to what era we're talking about now, whether that would be the case or not, I don't know if that's a
Mm.
common law thing or
I imagine Japan's
post
legal
that.
system is probably like even more brutal than it is like even like now.
I couldn't say with confidence, but I wouldn't be shocked. I think most tend toward brutality the further back you go.
Oh yeah.
I wonder. What do you think, Ryu?
I think I'm fucked, honestly. Uh, well, I
Mhm.
mean, it is hard to see how it could be related, really.
Remember, you can request it to be entered into the court record as evidence if you think it could be useful. I'm sure it would be.
Should I ask for Dr. Wilson's medical report card to be submitted? Yeah, fuck yeah, of
Oh
course you.
yeah,
Duh. God.
you're gonna see how long that took and
Hmm. If I may,
oh, raise your hand.
I'd like to ask for that medical report card to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency.
On what
It's
grounds?
evidence you've seen it all, bastard. Uh, I mean, uh,
the the one we're standing on.
yeah.
The court has already heard conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be extraneous.
That's why no one likes you.
Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to the arrival at the restaurant are of no concern.
Could you imagine you're at your trial and the prosecution's like, we don't need more evidence. Come on, this guy's guilty. You know, we don't need to.
Come on.
He's
What, you
lying.
want to put more evidence into this trial? Ugh.
Oh, God, come on. I just want like let them make their verdict. I got like a dinner
Waste of
appointment.
paper, really. I mean, yeah, I got like lunch I want to get to. Come on.
Seriously, they're having a burger deal at Five Guys. I'm kind of hungry here.
Mm.
Whether or not they are of concern is up to us to decide.
I feel like the judge, maybe, but
Mm.
We have a right to explore all possible avenues.
This car is being hot again.
I, I beg your pardon. You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for the submission of evidence.
Listen, Alch, you don't want to fuck with him. Look, his bandana is moving, but the fact there's
Uh-huh.
no wind in this room.
That's right. He has his own personal aura of like just good. Doesn't
As
even hit his hair.
anime protagonist.
It's really magical.
Very well. The court will grant the defense's request.
Yay.
Tisk. Youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. It's a most disturbing trend.
Goddamn kids and their rights. Back in my day.
The officer kindly add the victim's medical report card to the court record.
Alright, now we can ogle this.
That's right. See what kind of.
Oh wait, hold on a second,
What
Kazuma.
we need right now is new clues.
We just got some. Hold on. Alright. Can I like
Examine.
can I examine it? Or is it just not gonna okay, it's not gonna let me yet.
Doesn't. All right.
Okay, it's just there. Alright.
Oh, it's gonna tell you that you can examine it. I bet you. This is the
Oh.
tutorial. We have to explore things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant at first.
That's kind of the thing with like every first case in the Ace Attorney games. They assume like this is your first one, so they really like hold your hand throughout. Yeah, they really hold your hand throughout the whole thing.
It's good game design.
Yeah.
It's also like, okay, let me play.
You see, what's funny though is that later on in the later cases, they don't hold your hand at all. They're like, yeah, good luck, loser. Have fun.
Yeah, exactly. Once you get past that first one, though, they're just like, well, you better sort this out, otherwise you're going to jail, bud.
Right. I hear you.
Humph. You can conspire to prolong this trial as much as you like. But it's the day after the festival already for you.
What's that even
What's that even
mean?
That's a colloquialism that doesn't translate very well.
Or perhaps you'd forgotten that these witness testimonies leave no room for doubt.
It's like we already found a contradiction like last testimony. So
we got like 2 sentences in.
Feel free to reiterate for the accused, Korakuta-san. Indeed, lonely was the Englishman, dining all by himself.
Yes, though. Yeah.
So you actually saw that with your own eyes, did you? The victim, Dr. Wilson, dining alone.
Ellipses. That I did. Forgive me for the position I place you in.
Well, at least he's nice. At least he's nice about it.
Yeah, right. He does kind of seem to feel bad about this deal.
Ellipses.
So, the testimonies of the old man, the soldier, and the waiter all agree on that point. Isn't that interesting? And let us not forget the incontestable evidence we have to support their statements as well. As can clearly be seen, there is only a single beefsteak on the victim's table. A meal for one.
Hard evidence.
I don't know why a single beefsteak tickles me so.
A single beefsteak.
Like, it's not like a table setting for one. It's like, clearly, if there was another person there, there would be 2 steaks on that table. Like, I don't know why.
The judge is like,
Anyway.
Please enter the single beefsteak into the court record.
Oh, man.
I love these games.
Glorious.
No!
They're comedy. Ellipses. The antique stealer, the sergeant, and the waiter who testified before. It's not impossible that they're all lying. But if so, then why?
If I'm perfectly honest, I have absolutely no idea.
They killed him! Classic Orient Express, or Murder on the Orient Express.
Yeah.
Therefore, no one other than a black uniformed cadet could have dispatched an Englishman over now.
But yeah.
Why aren't you telling the truth?
What'd you say, cadet?
I clearly remember.
Oh God.
There was a woman sitting across the table from the professor. Perhaps one of you might not have noticed. But for both you to have failed to see the professor's dining companion, it's just not possible.
Oh, and the waiter would have had to have cleared the table.
Yeah.
Ellipses.
Oh, they're both ellipses.
Oh, that's true.
Unfortunately for you, defendant Darahudo. Darahudo. It's just not the case of these two witnesses alone.
Sorry?
The waiter, whose testimony the court heard earlier, clearly stated the same thing.
It's not looking good.
Yeah, he also said that the victim was alone.
That's right.
Precisely. In other words,
Cross-examine the beefsteak. Hey, listen. In Ace Attorney 1, Phoenix Wright cross-examined... Listen, in Ace Attorney 1, Phoenix Wright cross-examined a parrot. So...
Really?
Yes. And then...
What value? No, I'd say that. I'm sure it was critical.
And then in Ace Attorney 2, he cross-examined... They had a walkie on the stand that was, like, putting someone's voice, so they decided to put the walkie-talkie on the stand, and Phoenix cross-examined somebody through the walkie-talkie.
Yeah, that's an irresponsible medium through which to receive testimony. It could be anyone.
I mean, the guy was also like a hired assassin, if I remember correctly. He like kidnapped somebody.
Yeah, it's even like less great, I feel, than like, oh well, we had to maintain his. Oh man, that's great. His secret
Also,
identity, so he could continue to be a hired killer.
Yeah, especially since in this world, like ghosts are real, so like,
right.
It's not that it's not
okay
too far out of
You are the sole proponent of this phantom lady.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Call of the text.
But I.
If such a woman were indeed present at the scene, the prosecution demands to see proof.
Oh, ellipses.
And if no such proof exists, the prosecution demands that no further mention of this phantom woman be made. It is a blatant waste of the court's time.
There's nothing I can say. There's nothing I can say to that.
Ellipses.
I love this fucking stupid ellipses joke.
Tush. Sorry. Tush. It's all over the place. I can't make that kind of sound in the Skeletor doesn't make
it. Sounds like he's prepping a sneeze.
I think it's supposed to be like, you know, him chuckling or whatever.
Excellent work, Ryu. We've gathered some new information now.
Well, yes. I don't feel like it changes much. I can't see that it brings any real discrepancies to light.
Smolder, I wouldn't be so sure. Let me see that medical report card you got before.
Oh, you mean this?
I do. Yes, this is a brand new piece of evidence. So, perhaps we should examine it in a little more detail.
How exactly?
Smolder.
Whoa! Holy shit!
You'll notice that some pieces of evidence bear a magnifying glass. These are the ones you may examine.
Whoa.
Reading the tutorial language in this. Press space, I think that says.
and you can take a closer look at the piece in question.
Who's Space? Oh my god!
Use the Konami code.
Oh my... The what code? Kazuma, what are you talking
Oh, you
about?
can actually Okay, you do have to physically rotate. To
Yeah.
rotate the evidence in all directions and examine it from all angles.
It's like Resident Evil.
By using WASD.
Blasted?
WASD. You can. I bet you can also just click or something.
Yeah, you can.
Move the crosshairs around to hunt for clues that may have been missed before. Smolder. If the crosshairs start to pulsate.
What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, you said pulsate. I stopped. Press space to investigate further. So, partner, I think you should take a closer look at this medical.
You could just said that without throwing all this WASD Konami code shit. I don't know what you're talking
I don't know
about.
what any of that shit means. See if there isn't something new to be learned. Is learned a word for real?
I mean, it has to be, right?
I have no idea, and I must know by examining it in more detail.
Let's see.
I've got to know.
It is a word. It is.
Okay.
It's the past
It
tense
feels
of.
like it's not.
It's the past tense of learn.
Like learned is not. It's learned. Huh. That feels so backward. Or
Okay.
wrong. It
No,
just feels wrong.
learnt is the UK version of learned.
Really?
Yes.
It feels like it's a contraction. Like anti-learned. Like like learned.
Yeah, right. That's only because we're American,
like
I guess.
But learning. I don't know why that tickles me. Anyway, sorry. Throw an apostrophe in.
All right, I'll see what I can do. I need to use the
Like
Konami code WASD in
calculus.
space to inspect any areas of the evidence that look suspicious. All right.
Well, down. Yeah, I was gonna say it told us where to look. Remember the tutorial image.
It says "Hot a clinic" on this medical report card. I hate clinics almost as much as I hate hospitals and surgeries.
Aren't they all the same?
When I was 5, I caught the only cold I ever had in my life. And I remember, even though I felt awful already, I had to have this hideous injection in my right arm. Brr, I'll never forget it. Never in my whole life.
Most people would give their right arm to have had only one cold in their whole life.
That's him. That's just him politely saying, "Shut the fuck up." You know?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Chill.
Stop complaining.
Anyway, I don't think that this is a clinic where they treat people for illnesses like that. Let's keep looking for clues. We don't want to miss anything.
Let's see. So we examine this? Yeah, we went through all that already.
Yeah, that's what we just said.
Yeah, I get it.
Like
You're
spin it
wussy.
around, see what's on the back. Maybe.
That's right. We can. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Aha. What do we have here? Ooh,
that's right.
It is open.
Because in Japan, it's right to left.
Oh, that's the front. Oh my
yeah.
god. Okay.
Right to left. All right.
Makes sense. Let's have a look. This is some kind of medical history. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure that you would just be able to demand that that gets submitted to the court record for evidence. That kind of feels sketchy.
I guess they don't have HIPAA violations over there yet.
I think it's COPPA. Maybe that is HIPAA. I don't know. It doesn't. And there's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with topical anesthesia.
such.
So if he had a tooth taken out, like don't like why would he be
The
eating?
dentist. A steak.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Extraction of
wouldn't.
molar? You
That
mean he
steak
had a tooth
wasn't
taken
his.
out?
It would seem so. Just before the incident, he'd had a bad tooth removed.
He Oh, he would had a okay, so I was trying to figure like what's the grammar there?
He had, I think,
Mm,
is actually right.
yeah.
He'd have had
Mm,
is how I would have written that, probably, but that might be a British English.
yeah.
Perhaps they used laughing gas. They said topical. It's topical. That's like um, Novocaine or something.
Yeah.
Well, no, lidocaine probably. I guess back then, I don't know. Maybe it's just cocaine. I don't fucking know. Perhaps they used laughing gas. That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief. I feel like, yeah, that's not topical.
Yeah. Yes, I've heard of this anesthesia in quotations.
Learned. Learned.
Although it's hard to
Exactly. Yeah, I
it's
know.
although it's hard to
I
believe that there's anything that can actually stop you feeling pain.
Ah, there's a cautionary note from the medical practitioner as well. Strictly no food or drink besides water for 3 hours post procedure until anesthetic effects passed. This is
Boom.
like Legally Blonde.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Except for it's a pulled tooth instead of a perm
Yeah.
and a beefsteak instead of a shower. Uh, sounds like information worth bearing in mind.
All right. So he was prohibited from eating or drinking anything but water. With this new information, the meaning of that one particular statement totally changes.
So, I think it's time we listened to the testimony again. Don't you?
Definitely. I love the idea that just
Also,
like that they're like asking people to like reiterate what they said.
just
Okay.
absolutely, yeah, like they have to repeat it word for word. Like, no, I don't think that's right. Um,
So
is that the one? Or I guess dining all by himself. I think it's
this one maybe?
I guess I'm not sure which line it is. That's what always gets me on these games.
Yeah.
It's sometimes like I know generally what I'm supposed to be looking for, but I don't. I'm not sure what the connection is that they want. But we've already pressed on.
We put this on all of these.
Oh, we did. Okay.
Yeah.
Dining all by himself. That's
I
the
think that
line.
might
I think
be.
it's that one because he
Yeah.
couldn't have been. He wasn't eating. We know he wasn't dying.
All right.
Or at least that's what the report cards suggest.
And oh, the music stopped. We got it.
Oh, you got the
Uh,
secret.
um, well, I think, uh,
About what are you wittering, lad? Call yourself a lawyer? So he's a student.
I wish I could. The first and foremost here, I'm the accused.
Rio Nusuke. Everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry.
Thanks, Kazuma.
Smalter. I could see it quite clearly in that cross examination you just carried out. When you raised your hand straight up like that, so purposefully. I don't, that's not, does not engender confidence. If I saw my lawyer do that, I'd be like, oh no.
Oh God, I'm so
You
screwed.
knew exactly what it was you wanted to say. And then you opened your mouth.
It's like,
What happened?
oh God, Kazuma, you're so handsome.
Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking.
Are you
I
sure you
don't
want?
think that's great
Are you
advice for
sure you
like
want?
working in a courtroom.
Are you sure you want me to say Kazuma is hot in front of everyone here? Are you sure you want me to
Just
say that?
yeah.
Ellipses. All right. And thanks for the advice. Here we go. We need to say, you got this. You got this. You got this. Greater Kuta-san, this is a medical report card belonging to the victim.
Ah, I see. And I don't see. What of it, boy?
Comparing what is written on this report card with your witness statement. This me every fucking time.
Does the little double check to make sure he didn't like knock anything over? He's like, did I do that right or something? I don't know. It's funny.
Yeah,
Good.
this fucking slap. Something clearly doesn't add up.
Objection. He even kind of sounds like that. I just heard the objection
Yeah.
voice that they give him. I'm
Yeah.
pretty close.
Yeah.
Dear me. Have you forgotten my words so soon, you amateur?
Sorry, what?
Dude. I don't think you can call people names. You
Right.
are not to interrupt court proceedings with your amateurish drivel.
What means I was gonna say amateur? But
Let's see if I can explain it in words you might understand. If it was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered at the restaurant, whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant.
you sure about that? You sure about that?
Yeah,
Grr. But that's
Remember, Rio, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. I believe that's empirically false. Just make your point.
He's trying to assure his husband.
Your Excellency, I believe we are finished here. There is surely no need to prolong this trial further. The witness testimonies the court has heard have been clear and concise. The medical report card has no bearing on the matter at all, for the simple reason that there is no one else besides this pale-faced
Shut
pupil
the
who could have
fuck up.
committed the murder.
This medical report card has nothing to do with the case? Do you really believe that?
Wow, that outburst half petrified me, boy.
Good.
Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be relevant? Now he's
Perhaps-
sweating.
Perhaps because Hana Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic.
Dun dun. A dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something to me?
Yeah, Alchie, I can smell your breath from here, man. You really need to like brush your teeth more. God.
Really?
And also, perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted.
What's this now?
And furthermore, if I told you that as a result, the victim had been forbidden from eating. That's right.
Just what are you trying to say, cadet? He had orders not to eat. So what?
It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedure while anesthesia wears off.
What? No, that can't.
Gorakuta-san,
What, boy? What?
as you just heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all.
No.
Additionally,
There's more.
oh yeah, you've assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dying alone. Oh, that's right, you got the slam on. But that cannot possibly be the
Gonna have
case.
to double check that one. Grr.
Because the victim, as we now know, had just had one of his teeth extracted and was still experiencing the effects of the anesthetic, you motherfuckers!
Or expertly done, partner.
That's right.
Objection. What? What is this nonsense? You little upstart?
Ellipses. Confident ellipses.
It is. You're right. These are baseless accusations. Just look at this photographic evidence. This is the one beefsteak.
Yeah.
You can clearly see the plate of food at the victim's table.
It's the
We need to
single
bring in the
beefsteak.
beefsteak.
It's the
It's
single
the critical
beefsteak.
witness in this trial. Use your head.
Ooh, damn.
That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can't you follow the logic?
God, they're about to witness a murder in this courtroom right now.
How dare you? I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant case have turned.
But yeah. This fucking
Got to
free.
put on sunglasses.
Yeah, Free Bird
Get
plays in the
the
background.
CSI Miami intro going. Horatio Kane level. Wouldn't you agree, Ryu?
Oh, yes, yeah, most definitely.
I was distracted by your hot.
Yes.
So, just having undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat. Which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who, in fact, was eating the pictured beefsteak?
That's the biggest question.
Telling
Who
you.
is eating the steak?
Gotta issue a subpoena for that beefsteak.
Put an APB out on a single beefsteak.
That's right. The court will hear the opinion of the defense on this new puzzle you hear. Messed that up.
That's all right.
I assume you're ready, counsel.
Confident ellipses. Counsel? Oh, that means me, doesn't it?
All right. The answer to this question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of you turning this trial around. Is that a pun? You making more puns? Show them
Yeah.
what you're made of.
Got it. So, the person eating the steak at the victim's table must have been me. It's me. I hate the steak.
Yet unknown third party, right?
Yep,
The Phantom Lady.
that's what we're going for. Obviously, it could have only been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table.
You will not let this go, will you? There was no such person.
Yes, you idiot. There was. I saw her.
And there was a steak. When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything. Yet, we have evidence of a half-eaten steak on his
This
table.
steak is the smoking gun of this case.
Mm-hmm.
God.
The well done.
This is our OJ, if the
Therefore-
glove doesn't fit, you must acquit moment. Alright.
Exactly. The only logical conclusion is that there was somebody else there eating it.
I was gonna pass out.
We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that these witnesses' testimonies are unreliable. If the court decides to push through a ruling this stage, we will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice and pursue a fair retrial relentlessly.
The first time this happened, I thought, was he's gonna pull out the sword and fucking stab somebody?
I'm coming for you, Judge. Chop,
Miss-
chop.
Mr. Ouchie, you better be watching. You be feeling some ouchie in a second. Kazuma, oh my god, you're so you're so cool.
Are you insane? You would take on the government?
Do you see? He's the anime protagonist. He can take on anything.
relentlessly.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Council. I have no issue with you. What do you mean? I have issue with them. Those two witnesses in the stand. Whoa. Oh, wait. That was the old man.
New man.
What? What are you talking about? We have demonstrated with evidence that the victim not alone. So, if it now turns out that the two of you deliberately lied when giving your testimonies, obviously you will
Here
be
we go.
charged with perjury.
Perjury
It
is-
does exist. It's a thing. Hooray.
Perjury only comes out when it's plot relevant.
That makes sense.
Pretty much.
Seems on brand. Perjury. And since this is a murder trial, you will also be deemed complicit in the killing.
Shit.
Complicit in murder? No.
You best bet the baby's going in the clanker with you too, man.
Throwing him in the clink. No, negative.
He's been spending his formative years behind bars.
There was no mention of this at the tactical meeting. The what now?
The what now?
I was just following orders. That's right, as the man says. Just say you never saw the gentlewoman. That's what they told us.
Oh, you never saw who?
Oop, there it
Uh-oh.
is. Ellipses. Oh.
What? What did you just say? Kodakuda-san?
No.
You were just following orders?
Now, hold on, lad. I was, Say, you never saw the gentlewoman. Grr. When you say gentlewoman, do you mean you saw the victim with a lady from overseas?
What?
God? You knew that. You saw that. That's what you... What? What is the meaning of all this?
I love the what? That's so Skeletor.
These witnesses gave false statements?
Yes.
Is this true, you pair? Ellipses.
That's what I'm saying, man. The baby's going in the jail just like you.
Mastermind.
Yeah.
Just one. Just one simple slip of the tongue. Order. Council, explain what is going on here.
Easy. These witnesses are full of shit.
Yep. It's painfully clear now. You tried to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth. Absolutely not. The prosecution knows nothing of this.
Then who's behind this? Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut? He's tugging on his mustache.
He is hardcore.
He's like, you better not say shit, old man.
I swear.
I'll gut ya.
That's classified. Yep, kid's the mastermind. Clearly. So you're prepared to be tried as a conspirator to this murder, are you? You wouldn't. This can't be happening. Ryu, this guy. judging from the way they're reacting to this. I'd say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. However, I don't believe Ouchie had any idea about it.
What are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities. Could have only been the government, the military, or the police, I suppose.
You don't have like organized crime.
Well, any ideas about who might be behind this?
Is this just like Ace Attorney? You think you got a simple murder and then you uncover a government conspiracy
Every damn time. I
every
swear.
damn time.
Just trying to work through the ranks as a public defender, end up knee deep in
Yeah.
the deep state.
And some wet work shit.
If we can affirm who tried to silence these witnesses, then we can continue our pursuit.
So we need to name whoever it was that tried to make the witnesses keep their mouths shut.
Of course, we'll need evidence before we make any firm accusations. Evidence that proves whoever it was really did wield his or her power here.
Yeah, I don't think we have any evidence of that aspect yet. Also, Kazuma, you could say there. Save you some words.
Right? It's extra
Yeah.
words.
But how?
Or-
How can we possibly...
Remember how we made progress before.
For?
You know,
Yeah.
time previous to this instant.
You know, the
Full
Konami code.
progression. We explained this piece of evidence in more detail and found a new clue as a result.
Oh, yes, that's right. The Konami code in West.
Well, that's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? We need to re-examine everything and make sure there's nothing we've missed. There's no time to lose. I want answers. If it's proven that these witnesses might have been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be severe. Please, wait. Please.
Please.
The Chamberlain from.
Yeah.
Anyway, Your Excellency, I had no idea about any of this. I swear to every Shinto god.
Is that?
I'm not sure.
I knew nothing.
What, like their religion?
I thought it was more like an animist, like spirit of things, but maybe
Let's
I don't
see.
understand the.
Shinto
maybe
is
that
a
still
Japanese
gods. I
a
don't-
Japanese religion dating from the early 8th century and incorporating the worship of ancestors and nature spirits and a belief in sacred power, kami, in both animate and inanimate things.
I thought that it was like kami were like animating spirits, less gods, but there might still be divine entities that qualify by that word. You know what I mean? I don't
So
know.
I guess apparently it's made to distinguish indigenous Japanese beliefs from Buddhism.
Right.
Okay, so it's like different from Buddhism.
Yeah, it's like Mushu, the dragon, in
Yeah.
Mulan, that like ancestor shrine. Or
Yeah.
wait, no,
Maybe.
I don't know. That's in China, so I could be way off base there.
Oh wait, yeah, there was.
I don't know. That's the concept, I guess, behind it is that sort of ancestor worship.
Mhm.
Yeah, and what does the defense have to say about all of this? Hmm?
I can read, I swear.
Well, Your Excellency, no time to think. I'm just gonna have to close my eyes and shout out the first name that comes into my head.
Well, I
I
don't
got
think
this.
that's a reliable strategy.
No,
Just,
listen, you don't
again,
understand. It
not
works.
legal advice.
Besides the prosecution, the only person with the necessary influence to manipulate the witness is.
Both of them. There aren't that many people here.
Yeah, we don't have that many people here.
this.
Oh,
I mean, it's got to be
wait.
him,
I mean,
right?
it's gotta be, yeah, it's gotta be Satoru. Who
Wait,
else?
the head waiter? Why would the head waiter?
I mean, he was the only one else there
Doesn't
that
have the
day, right?
influence. He doesn't have the influence to do it, though, does he?
Yeah, I mean, who else could it be though? I mean, this guy's
Unless he
dead.
does.
This,
Hold on. That dude was hacking up blood, and the doc.
yes, he was hacking up
It's him.
blood.
Yeah, it's him. He's not actually just a head waiter.
Mm.
I'm gonna say that. Yeah, go with him,
All right.
and then we'll figure out who he will.
Well,
He
sure,
could
that
be
would
some
be
sort of
Satoru Hosonaga-san.
Yeah, Hosonaga-san, the waiter who took the stand earlier.
If you remember, I think when he gave us the map he drew, he was like, "Oh, oh, do you have to take it?"
Thanks for stopping in.
Ye-
Poppycock.
Whoa, whoa, language. God, it's a kid's game.
What possible reason would the waiter have to make these witnesses give false testimony? Not to mention the fact that even a head waiter could not have possibly
Even a head
had that
waiter.
level of influence. What? For once, I would agree with you. If, that is, the man were truly a waiter, or whatever. What? If he truly were? Come on, Ryu. Time to hit this chord with the truth.
Oh yeah.
The truth about Satoru Hosonaga-san's real identity as proven by
Oh,
this
we say
evidence.
okay, all right. So this
Waiter
was his business card he gave
probably?
us.
I
Okay,
didn't
so
see
now
anything.
we can
Flip it around. See what's up on the other side, maybe.
Chief Inspector. Yeah, he's a cop. I can't believe this fucking moron wrote the map on his business card.
He's bad at his job, I feel like. If
He's the
that's
he's
that's a rookie mistake, is what
he's
that
the
is.
chief inspector. He's not
Wow.
just any cop. He's
It
like
does
the
not
lead
speak
head
well to
detective.
that entire investigative body.
God.
Excellent
Oh.
work. Well, we've solved it. The puzzle.
Could you imagine if we could do that earlier? Just like, wait a minute, what's on the others? Oh shit.
Hang on. That does mean that we spent like the last 25 or I don't know how long it's been in court time, but like nobody's even looked at the back of this card.
Yeah. It's like, wait, you're a cop? Is it
Oh.
No.
And yeah, by the way, kind of lied a little bit about. I mean, he's still probably technically employed as the head waiter, so we'll
Yeah.
see, but well, that's unexpected.
It's my part-time job. This is my part-time job. I'm a full-time cop. But
Just moonlight as a chief inspector.
they don't pay us shit.
IPP. I don't remember IPP.
What is?
Look, do you see it says the witness's name here? Satoru Hosonaga.
Well, yes, business cards do tend to show the person's name. That's sort of the point.
Indeed.
It's not the name that's unexpected. It's his job title.
His job?
Did you just not read
Oh.
it? Bro, come on.
Man.
Real. Keep up.
Yeah, this Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. Inspector? What on earth?
Ellipses. I have no idea. But let's face it, the police have a lot of power and influence if they're wielding it somehow.
I remember the first time I played this, I was like, this guy was a cop this whole time, and all you had to do was flip the fucking map over in the business card.
Yeah, like wild.
Right?
The
All right.
Wait,
It's-
no, that's not me.
It's been updated.
Good to know.
All right.
But I think that piece of evidence, that's the one we
Yeah.
want to present, I think, probably.
Yep.
The plan of this restaurant is sketched out
I'm
by the
I'm
man
I'm
in
I'm
question.
hoping in the game a bailiff just like goes up to the judge and just like picks up his hand, turns it around,
Uh,
gives it back to the judge.
yeah.
He's like, "Holy
Other
shit!"
side. Wow, I was looking at that for minutes earlier. Holy crap. Hmm. I agree, it shows a great deal of attention to detail, but I'm not sure we can conclude anything.
Sorry, Your Excellency. That's the back of the card. It's the back of the card that's of interest.
What? Guy, beg your pardon?
Like, what the fuck did you
The
just say?
fuck did, yeah,
Or,
exactly. I'm
per,
sorry.
or
English?
perhaps I should have said
The
the
other
front.
side.
The
You say
front.
the other side.
Yes, it's the front of the back of the card. That's where the telling detail is.
The ellipses.
What is like? What the fuck is up with this kid?
Is he having a moment? Would someone please explain what this overexcited student is trying to say? Flip the card over.
Yeah, flip the card.
God, no, flip the flip the card.
Please.
Hosonaga-san sketched the plan of the restaurant on the reverse side of his business card. Just say flip the card over.
Yeah.
The front of
Yeah.
that business card reveals the man in question's profession, his true profession. This is like who's on first shit.
Right?
The waiter's profession, but that's surely.
He's just a waiter. What are you talking about? There we go.
Good gracious. Good golly. Miss Bali. That's right, Your Excellency. The card reads Chief Inspector, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. It's a lot of like.
It's a lot.
What? The waiter is a police detective? I haven't heard any mention of this before. Why haven't I heard any mention of this before? The Imperial Police Bureau has immense power. Absolute power, as far as regular
That must be like
civilians are concerned.
the FBI equivalent, I guess.
That makes sense. It's got to be like sort of a interregional
Yeah.
investigative body. So witnesses stand there, or witnesses there in the stand. I swear I can't.
It's
read.
alright.
Was it the fact? Was it in fact the waiter who gave you your order?
It's okay. It's okay. You're doing alright.
Was it he who told you not to mention that you'd seen this foreign gentlewoman at the scene? Seen at the scene. Well. Ellipses. Intense. Unblinking.
Hold it. Who said hold it?
It's
Oh, the
over there.
cop. Inspector Hosonaga?
We should have known from the glasses. That is a classic inspector.
Yeah.
It's
If you
always-
don't want to voice him, I could totally voice him. I would love to do more
Sure,
voice
go
anyway.
for it. I definitely don't remember what I did.
I was worried something like this may happen. I'm doing a serious voice for him. The moment you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized there was a possibility.
When you handed over your goddamn business card, is that when you realized it was a possibility?
I realized that I might have made.
Operator.
I realized I have made a total miscalculation.
Lord, we'll take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence.
Oh. Well.
I think he did actually.
Yeah.
That makes it. Is there a problem? Add the plan to the court officer at once.
Of course. Here you are.
You fool.
Yeah. Yes, I remember now. He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand over his business card. I strive to carry out all investigations flawlessly. It's my guiding principle. But I let myself be distracted when I made that sketch. It was an unusually careless mistake.
I would hope so. So, you mean to say you really are a detective?
Ellipses. But why would a detective be working as a restaurant waiter? Ah, of course, your salary must be terrible. I was working undercover.
Comedy. Well done.
I'll have you know that in 5 years I'll earn my pension and our health benefits aren't
Uh-huh.
that bad. Undercover? Yes, there have been a series of incidents at the restaurant recently. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter, working undercover. So yes, they did pay me. So I'll write
It's
off my
pretty good.
taxes.
Good
It's
pay. I mean,
it's
I
pretty
most
good,
people tip.
I get
And
I get a 50% discount on all my tips, and plus tea.
incidents at the restaurants? What kind of incident?
Shaking my head. Epic glass move. That would be classified police information, which I am not at liberty to divulge. Also, can I please have my business card back? That's the only one I have.
I do just have the one. That's good.
However, I can say categorically they are unrelated to this case of homicide. That's why, and that's exactly why I told them to say that you killed them, and not for any other reason. Just ignore that.
Mm-hmm. Just security interests. Can't help it.
Yeah.
Very well then, Inspector Hosonaga. But you will elaborate on one point for the court.
Of course, Your Excellency.
We have just heard new information from the two witnesses beside you. That at the time of the shooting, there was in fact another person present at the victim's table.
Ellipses.
If that is indeed true, clearly you would have also been aware of this person's presence, having served at the table in question. However, your testimony did not allude to this other person, Diner, that is. Therefore, I'm led to assume that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you find these witnesses to be in agreement.
Yes, exactly. There was no corruption or hiding of evidence there whatsoever.
Would that be correct?
Yeah. Oh my god, my insides.
Nah, yeah.
Oh, fuck, my insides. Oh, epic glass, look how cool it is. Correct, Your Excellency. Unbelievable.
I suspected.
Oh god, I really gotta get this checked out. Ellipses. Bang.
Bang!
As soon as I heard the gunshot, I ran out of the kitchen to see what had happened. The victim
Oh,
slept
you
slumped in
found
his chair, and beside him, gun in hand, stood the accused student. Sitting opposite the victim at the same table was a young lady, whom I guessed to be an Englishwoman.
So, the truth comes out.
I immediately sealed off the restaurant and reported the incident to the bureau. It was then that I received some special orders.
But
Yeah, like
substitutions.
special orders. You mean to
You
say
wanted fried asparagus instead of French fries?
God damn it, that got me good.
Or...
Remove the Englishwoman from the scene at once. Ellipses. The ellipses was part of the orders. I don't know why. It was made clear that the Englishwoman. It was made clear that the Englishwoman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed. Those are my orders. I don't know why I bowed.
One sentence, stop. Another
Full stop.
sentence, stop. That's what they all say.
But-
I don't know what it's.
Yeah, but what if this Englishwoman was the killer? I think it would be in everyone's best interest to not pursue that idea. What? The Empire views the friendly terms of its relationship with Britain more highly than anything at the moment. An Englishman has been murdered
Oh.
on our soil. To name an English woman as the primary suspect, well, without irrefutable evidence, that would be completely out of the question.
So, that's the reason for the disappearance of the Phantom Woman in this case.
But it's not right. I don't give a shit, kid. Like,
Ellipses. Ellipses.
One guy in the
Oops.
back's like, I have no idea why I'm here.
What's happening?
Why don't you talking?
Is everybody just staring at each other? One possibility does spring to mind.
What do you mean, Kazuma?
Yume University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain. And I'm fairly certain that one of them, studying in the medical faculty's research laboratory, is a young English woman.
What? Why the fuck did you say that?
Does that mean?
You're a shrewd man. I can see why you're the chosen candidate for the overseas study tour. You truly are, young man.
Does everyone just know about that? Is that like common, like bulletins passed around?
I can see
Statewide
why.
memos.
I can see why you're the chosen anime protagonist.
Clearly.
What? What? You mean? When I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I thought it prudent to check her identity first.
The court demands that you name the lady in question at once, Inspector.
The Englishwoman sitting at the university professor's table was a certain Miss Giselle Brett. She's indeed a foreign student studying in the research laboratory of Yume University's medical faculty.
What? What is happening here?
Poor Algie. I admit that under orders from the police bureau, I have erased all evidence of this lady's presence at the scene. Also, I'm probably going to be fired by saying these in court.
Right. The beginning though, they always like the pain guy. He always gets like undercut by the like whatever is going on
Pretty
in the
much.
courtroom as
It
well.
is.
It's
It
like,
is.
what the hell?
And it turns out his
Edgeworth
ancestor is being the exact same thing happening to him.
It's a fate, you know.
And order these witnesses to make no mention of her in their testimonies. Also, I have no idea why there's a screaming baby behind me. Why'd you bring the baby?
It's a whole lot.
It's a lot. He's like, he's like, huh?
He's a single dad, all right. He's doing his best.
Yeah. The kid's been trying to stab me. It must now be up to your excellency to decide how to deal with the situation. He's like, sorry, I've been sleeping this whole time. What'd you say?
What? Very well. My thoughts on the matter are as follows. Thus far, the case has presented the court. Wait. Fuck that up. The case presented to the court has been underpinned by a particularly critical premise. Namely, that the victim was dining alone.
It wasn't. It's like I will admit also that single beef steak. It was really good. It was really good.
Excellent.
Exclamation point.
USDA Prime. However, as we now discover that this premise is false, it would be a desecration of our justice system to ignore the truth and give it a ruling at this point. But, Your Excellency, that would mean missing the noon deadline of a ruling in order to send the telegraphic report to Great Britain. Our own government will surely be very displeased by such actions. Calm yourself, Counsel. I will not allow the government of our country or any other to influence the proceedings of our court. My courtroom, damn it.
What a boss.
Ugh. The Inspector Hasinaga.
Yes, sir.
You will locate this Giselle Brett and escort her to the courtroom with the utmost urgency. Even.
At once, Your Excellency.
But that means you'll be going against the special orders you were given from the police bureau.
Who the fuck are you? Anyway, as I've said before, Epic Glasses thing is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly, except that one time I wrote my that on the business card. We won't talk about that. Also,
Yeah.
I really need that back. That's my only one. So it won't be a problem? Oh my god. Oh no. My stomach is going to explode. Nothing will get in my way.
What is
Ugh.
I?
Oh
Oh
god,
God.
I really should get this checked
You.
out.
Lord will adjourn briefly. The prosecution must call the English student Giselle Brent to the witness stand. Do I make myself clear? Yes, Your Excellency. Good. Then we will have a 30-minute recess before reconvening. Whack.
So we like dropped the ball on everyone here and proved that that inspector, which was a waiter in disguise, was like, "Hey, they're like, there's another woman there," and he's like, "There were." So we're now taking a recess.
Be a half hour, and then they should come back with our extra witness.
Oh yeah.
Excellent work, Ryu. That was superb.
Ugh. My heart was in my mouth the whole time. What does that even mean? Don't you mean your foot was in your mouth?
No, so like, um, there's like if there's like a lump in your throat, it's a similar kind of a concept.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just, yeah, it's like a nervous thing.
Hmm.
I think it would be in my throat, would be the more conventional translation of that idiom, but I'm not
Yeah.
sure. It was almost unbelievable. I mean, looking at you in there, you were drenched in sweat, glistening even,
Oh.
your eyes popping, your knees knocking, and you were grinding your teeth.
Oh, Kazuma, you know me so well. I mean, Peter,
It
PG,
was
PG.
a grim sight. But before I knew it, you started finding inconsistencies in the testimonies. I think you might have a natural talent for being
It's like,
a lawyer. Haven't you been
oh,
in school for this for
yeah,
multiple years?
yeah. Hey, Kazuma, you may be right about that. Oh, 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 oh.
Wow.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm
Leave
sorry.
this.
Forget it. It's terrifying. If I go through this, I don't ever want to see the inside of a courtroom again. Oh, about that.
Yeah, here's the thing though.
There's at least one other game.
Ha! Ha ha ha! Ha! Anyway, it looks like we've exposed your phantom lady at last.
Whoa.
Miss Giselle Brett, a student from Great Britain, is she?
That's what I was trying to tell everyone from the start. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone. There was a young woman with him, like I've been saying all along.
Yes, you have, haven't you?
I might not be overly confident in the courtroom, but my powers of observation are one thing I am sure of.
Yes, I can see that. See, it's like I think that. So, about this young gentlewoman. Thanks to our detective friend, she was hastily escorted away from the scene, it seems. Do you see what happened with that?
No, I didn't see any of it.
Or did you? I must have misread.
I didn't. I was just on my way out of the restaurant myself. Then on the floor next to Dr. Wilson's table, I noticed there was a gun lying on the floor, and just after I bent down and picked it up,
Like
bang!
an idiot!
God, I didn't have time to think about where this
I don't think.
where the sound of the gunshot had come from. Okay, I was wondering. I was thinking, is that a spelling error? But no, it's not. It's not a spelling error.
I don't think. don't feel like you think about where it came from so much as like hear it and
Yeah,
know that or don't. I mean, you might not, but like
yeah,
it's not a I didn't have enough time to consider it sort of thing. I don't know.
yeah. We also established that Ryunosuke is a very anxious guy.
True.
The waiter ran over to me, looking as white as a sheet, and he bundled me into some sort of small pantry next to the kitchen.
When what? None of this. Fast thinking by the detective. He apprehended his suspect without a moment's
He's like,
delay.
"Get in there, go, get in there, get
You in there.
you, you, go." You just kicked them in there, right? Kick me. Yes, and because I was shut in the pantry, I have no idea what happened outside the dining area.
Hmm.
Oh,
There you are. Oh wait, that's Tom
is
Selleck,
this
isn't
Tom
it?
Selleck? Yeah. Did she have a voice for
Right.
him?
I don't remember. I was trying to think of it.
I can do it.
I don't know.
I can do it.
Okay, go
Hmm.
ahead.
Oh, there you are. Well done, both of you. There he is. I'm Tom Selleck. This is exactly how Tom Selleck sounds like.
Professor Makotoba.
Well, it seems I was right. The pair of you make an outstanding team. You've exceeded my expectations, I have to say.
Yes. It seems you planned this from the start. You arranged things so that I wouldn't be able to act as a lawyer in this trial.
Ellipses. Our modern country is still in its infancy. Our justice system, even more so. Which is why I firmly believe that we need to send our brightest young stars overseas to learn all they can. I wanted to avoid a situation that may have resulted in your study tour to Great Britain being cancelled.
We know. Ellipses. Well, it makes no difference. Lawyer or otherwise. If I'm the kind of man who can't help his best friend avoid
Best friend.
the worst crisis of his life, I shouldn't waste everyone's time by going to study overseas anyway.
What? Stand, Kazuma. So that's your stance. I was afraid you feel that way. Kazuma! Well then, looks like it all has come down to you, young man. To to me? Yes. You need to prove your innocence and uncover what really took place in that restaurant. I must say, I very much want to know the truth. After all, I have a personal connection to this case. Come to think of it, he said the same thing earlier this morning, didn't he? Um,
Oh my
uh,
god, did he kill him?
I killed him. If you don't mind me asking, Professor, did you know the victim? Yes, I did. As you're probably aware, Dr. John H. Wilson was a visiting professor at UMA, and it was I who invited him. Oh, I see.
I didn't know that before.
Anyway, I bet you're about to go into battle. The victim was a university professor from Great Britain, and a well-known one at that. Naturally, our government is looking to identify and punish the culprit as quickly as possible.
But let's not forget who we're going up against. The gentlewoman whose involvement our police bureau went to extraordinary lengths to hide.
Huh? Yes, I'm sure the prosecution will be using every tool at their disposal to quash your case, even if Algie's kind of an idiot. But I've no doubt that you pair will put up a good fight, right to the last. Don't just pay no attention to how I worded that sentence. Best of luck.
Your execution should be a lot of fun too.
uh, uh,
So,
thank you. Now then, I need you to run an errand at the university at once. There's something I think we may need. Here. Of course.
of course. Yeah.
I can do her. Good luck, Kazuma-sama. She's awesome. I love her. That's Susato.
Gotcha. Uh,
Defendant Naruto.
Get your goddamn shit back in the goddamn courtroom. Sorry.
Court recess is over. Please make your way back inside the courtroom at once.
I'll drag you in there if I have to.
Do it. Yeah, you go on. Hurry up. It's time. Let's get back to it, partner. Let's go in there and deal a decisive blow before those old fossils know what's hit them.
Yeah, that's right. I hate old people. Ellipses. Kazuma?
What?
Thank you. Really.
What for?
Being very, very cute helps. Well, if you hadn't said you believed in me, then I'm fairly sure I'd already been found guilty by now.
Look, I have faith in you. As a lawyer and as a friend.
Wink. Wink. Coming from you, that means a lot. Oh, here we go. Here we go. If I'm found
mugged down.
if I'm found guilty in this trial, he's really going to give up on his dream of studying abroad. That's the kind of husband, I mean true friend he is. So this isn't just my battle anymore. Whoever we're up against, we absolutely cannot afford to lose. Alright then. I'll save the thank yous for after the trial.
You can treat me to one of those sukiyaki meals I like from Yume Cafeteria on University Street. With an extra large portion, of course.
Nothing makes me want more freedom than food.
It's like a pretty reasonable rate for
Yeah.
lawyer.
He's getting the killer deal.
Right.
Alright.
Of course. The court hereby resumes the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Prosecutor Ouchie, have you managed to subpoena the witness? Yes, Your Excellency. Against all odds. And thanks to a certain young stripling, the prosecution is now under rather painful scrutiny from the government.
Oh god, I was drinking water. Sorry.
Let the government scrutinize. That's their job. It's nothing to worry about. It's highly unlikely that the good relations we forged with Great Britain, not just good, it's
Good
great.
Britain. Decent
will
Britain.
emerge from this trial unscathed. More than good. It's Great Britain. Will you still think it's nothing to worry about when the new treaty breaks down and our nation founders? Flounders?
Yes.
I think flounders.
Flounders.
Is what we wanted there.
Again, terribly sorry.
If the friendship between our nation is really so fragile, then the treaty isn't worth the paper it's written on.
This is Amber protagonist who's got some moxie.
You really have nothing to worry about, Ryu. What do you mean? Secret trial. Anxiety over some foreign government's opinions. A bungled investigation. Missing witnesses. Is this what our nation's justice system is? Is this the Supreme Court of Japan or of England?
Mic drop.
Shut up! Shut up, you jumped up rookie boy!
He's just telling the defense to shut up.
Yeah, I don't think that's argumentative.
Not professional.
You and your friend know nothing. nothing of the situation our nation now finds itself in. By aligning ourselves with this great world power, we'll become strong. Diplomacy has never been more critical. Steady political maneuvering is what will secure our futures.
Sorry, Ouchie. All I can hear is you being a little bitch. Ellipses. I won't deny I'm no expert. I'm just a student, and one who could arguably study harder too.
Not
But
helping
standing,
yourself, kid.
but standing here now in our Supreme Court, there's one thing I feel very strongly. You're an ass, Ouchie. Apart from that, a country that fails to uphold truth in its justice system is a country with no future at all. It's like these fucking kids.
I tell
Uh,
you.
It's like,
Well said, Ryu. Despite the wide-eyed look of terror. You little brats! Thank you, Council. This court is the pinnacle of our nation's justice system and exists solely for the pursuance of truth. With that in mind, this trial will now resume with the next witness taking the stand. A visiting student from Great Britain, Mr. Sailbrett.
ooh.
Yes. Your Excellency.
He's devoted. Tell you what, I can play Giselle because you've been voicing a lot of characters. I'll be pull out my chops.
Alright.
This lady, I forgot. Yeah.
Well, what a delight to welcome such a fine gentlewoman to Japan, and from such a distant land. Gee, someone bring English tea. In England, no discussions take place without tea.
Is that true?
No idea. So, could we possibly trouble you to state your name and occupation for the court?
Of course. My name is Satoru Hosonaga. I have been working undercover as the head waiter at Le Carnival, but my true...
Yes, we know all about you already. Inspector Hosonaga, where are your manners? In England, it's ladies, always ladies first, that is.
Is that true?
No idea. More importantly, a little earlier today, you said something to me. You said your powers of observation are the one thing you are sure of.
Oh yes, I think I did, didn't I?
Yet, your description for this amazing sight was simply a woman.
It's a freaking
Chill, Kazuma.
I mean, I think he's more talking about the fact that it's like this fucking swan or goose on her head.
Yeah, you're right. No,
Yeah.
that's real. She is wearing a very extra hat.
Plus, I mean, remember, Kazuma's in a dedicated relationship. Okay.
That's true. Yeah.
Sorry, Ryu, but powers of observation aside, your powers of description are sorely lacking.
Guilty.
So, dear lady, once again, if I may trouble you for your name and occupation, please.
Zip 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 blah zip zip blah.
I like it.
Ellipses. Ellipses.
Ellipses.
Ellipses. I'm terribly sorry, dear lady, but what?
Zip 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 zip. I'm assuming they're speaking English, but like it's a lot more flattering than me
Yeah,
than
I'm trying to
me.
think if it's actually written there in a weird font or if it's just scribbles for
I
real.
think it's a scribbles, but see, I could do that, but I could
Kind of
also,
looks like it's almost cursive, but
yeah,
anyway.
it's weird because the subtitles are in English, but
Hmm.
the la- the the lady says her name is Giselle Brett. She comes from London, England. This is, by the way, the only time they ever do something like this again. From now on, like when they actually even go to England, they just speak English. So it's
I
just a
think,
plot. It's
yeah,
just
I
a
think the
plot
idea is
device
that she
to,
doesn't speak the language
yeah, speak Japanese.
here. Everybody
Yeah.
else is just assumed to be speaking
Yeah,
Japanese,
this
I
is
think.
just like a plot device to introduce the first English person in the game.
Gotcha.
She's a visiting research student currently enrolled in Yume's medical faculty.
Oh my! What a rare treat to hear the dulcet tones of the delightful language of the British people. I'm afraid I don't understand a word of what you said, but it was as beautiful as a hummingbird's song.
Got creepy there.
I don't even know that hummingbirds make noise
Mm.
now that I think of it. As far as I can tell, the detective is translating her words faithfully enough.
Yes, I agree. You obviously do fine in England, Kazuma. Her English doesn't rattle you at all, does it?
Nor you. You've clearly been paying attention in your English classes, Ryu.
Oh,
Wait,
right,
so
yeah.
hold
They,
on. We don't understand, but Ryu does?
yeah, yeah, it's weird.
What's going on?
The court thanks the beautiful lady for taking the stand.
Probably isn't a great thing to have in the record there, Judge.
Yeah, if we may trouble you to confirm something, Miss Brett.
Ellipses. Or
You
should,
could
or should I?
3 days ago. Yeah, a restaurant called the Carnival. A grim murder took place, even. The court has been led to believe that you were dining there with the victim, Dr. Wilson, at the
I
time.
tried very hard to not do a very stereotypical like Cockney accent, like "Hey, bruv," you know. I tried very hard to not do that. Not for this character.
Is that correct?
It is like the same line being repeated
She says, "Yes, this could take some time." So he, oh, go ahead.
So, even though she's studying here in Japan, she can't speak any Japanese. She says no.
It's just fuck off. She'd like to apologize for disappearing from the scene. She says that
That's not the question.
she was due to make a presentation at the university, so she had to leave immediately.
Interesting. When you're the one who engineered her escape. Thank you, Kazuma. Because,
Yeah,
I mean, yeah. Like, ah.
that's a little sus.
Mm hmm.
I was just following special orders from the bureau. Okay, chill.
Okay.
Well, now, dear lady, would you be so kind as to cast your eyes over this photographic print? Seeing as you were so unfortunately present at the scene of the crime, could it be possible that your resplendent eyes caught sight of this wicked perpetrator, perhaps?
Apparently, it was a very frightening and sorrowful sight. I had to put the glass of emphasis on sorrowful.
Do you mean to say?
Yes, it would appear that the lady did witness the crime. The very moment when the accused, standing right there in this courtroom, shot the victim in cold blood. Uh-oh.
Victim shot him from the courtroom? That's impressive. Good. Order in the court. Nobody else is here.
Yeah. Well, no, there are
Did
people in
you
the
hear
stand.
that?
There are people in the stand.
See? Yeah, you're right. They were earlier.
Yeah.
You know, have here we have an absolutely conclusive witness statement. Allegedly.
You didn't even think that person was there.
Well, it looks like it's clear now. Clear who our real enemy is.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah, unfortunately, I will have to ask you to formally testify if you please. I just realized what it's gonna do. Each line, maybe it'll actually translate it, but I'm imagining now that we're gonna have to go through the cross examination with just a string of those
Yeah.
exact same
That'd be pretty
characters.
funny.
Anyway, sorry. Yeah, kindly tell the court the exact nature of this frightening and sorrowful sight you described.
Listen, nod. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
I had arranged to meet for a slightly late luncheon with Dr. Wilson that day. The professor was unable to eat, so I ordered for myself only a beefsteak. After a while, the accused came over to greet the professor, and they got into a fierce argument. Then, not long afterwards, the accused took the professor's gun and shot him right before my eye.
Wait, it's his gun? It's the
Well, yeah, it's
professor's
his gun. Very sad. Very sad. I don't carry a gun myself, so obviously I could have been the culprit. Yeah, you sure take the hat off. Take off the hat. You could be hiding anything under there.
This is condemning
Well,
testimony indeed.
no, I didn't have any kind of argument with the professor at all. Also, I had no idea what she just said.
Quiet, you filthy wretch.
Well, that's not the pot calling the kettle black.
Look at you, you black-hearted blackguard. That's good. And look at this, Snow White Angel.
Dude, she can't even understand you.
Yeah. I mean, I think she can, though. That's
Yeah.
the thing. She's, like, responded directly without
Yeah.
translation for most of the stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure, I'm sure even a dark-minded scoundrel like you can imagine whose words the court is going to believe.
Oh, you mean the guy who's been consistently right this whole time? Oh.
Right? Has been not hiding from the investigation.
Yeah.
You're still making the same mistakes, Ryu. You mustn't blurt out when you're goaded like that. That's a lesson you need to learn.
Oh, but he's so annoying. Of course, I was seen as well. I took statements from this lady and the two witnesses who testified before. We reported back to the bureau. It was decided that Miss Brett was not involved, so I let her go.
The testimonies of the last two witnesses were completely worthless, however.
Well, even so, on the day in question, the lady was wearing the same outfit as she is today. As you can see, there is nowhere about her person that where she could conceal a firearm. How about the giant
Mondo ass hat,
on
Mondo
her
ass like
head?
wireframe ass
Yeah.
stuff going on with. I mean,
I would think she could hide a gun almost anywhere in that outfit if she wanted to.
unless and until the precise location where the witness is to have hidden a weapon can be shown, this is moot.
There are no pockets in my outfit. I have nowhere to hide a gun. Those are the witness's own words on the matter. That's ridiculous. My God.
Um, what?
God, he said that. If only I was allowed to lift up her dress, I could prove. You know what? That sounds really weird. Forget I said that.
Don't think about doing anything rash, Ryu. That's assault.
I didn't fire the gun. I didn't fire the gun I picked up. There must have been another gun there that day.
You're right about that. Which means this lady was hiding a gun somewhere.
God was like, also, what the fuck did you say earlier? That was weird.
Yes, that's what we have to prove now. You definitely cannot go around doing that.
Going up
And
women's
to
dresses.
do so, we will need to pull her testimony apart.
Oh, anime smirk.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
Oh, yes, Your Excellency.
Like occasionally forgets what he's doing.
A frightening and sorrowful sight. Alright, so you just want to press everything?
I suppose, yeah.
Alright. After 2 p.m., in fact. That's really quite a late lunch, isn't it? Isn't it?
Oh, we did establish that already. You don't keep up with the latest fashions from Britain, do you? Late luncheons are in vogue, isn't that right? That's French.
Yeah.
No.
No.
See, that one says no.
Yeah. No.
Ugh. A decisive English no has quite a bit of sting to it. Quite a sting to it.
The gentlewoman is currently working in the victim's research laboratory, it seems. So it was apparently a daily occurrence that they would lunch together.
But on the day in question, the victim had another appointment at the clinic first.
Yes, which we can prove from the medical report card that was submitted as evidence earlier. That's right. Miss Brad and the victim went to lunch following the victim's treatment, which is why it was so late.
Yes, that all makes perfect sense. Such wonderful logic. What a shining example of English intelligence this fine gentlewoman is.
Ouchie is what we in the modern days would call a simp.
Yeah, he needs that.
Yeah, he's like, you know,
on that.
like chill.
So, you both arrived at the restaurant. What happened next?
Alright, the professor was unable to eat, so I ordered for myself only a beefsteak. He was unable to eat, you say? And that was because he just had a tooth removed at Hada Clinic, correct? That's right. You're supposed to actually check with the witness before answering?
Right? Was Miss Brett aware of that fact?
It seems so, yes. She heard that the professor was to have some dental treatment. So that would mean the single beef steak was hers. It was you who ate the steak pictured here, is that right, Miss Brett? That's right, yes. The print you have there shows the table exactly as it was left after the horrifying events. Exactly, huh? Exactly as it was left?
Dear me, what a harrowing experience. You have traveled to a distant island on the far side of the world and be embroiled in such a tragic incident. Have no fear, my dear lady. I swear I will crush the evil fiend that has subjected you to this terrible blight.
You're like twice her age, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
aren't
clearly the murderer, so chill. I just
Yeah.
don't get it.
Yeah.
So, the victim, Dr. Wilson, had nothing to eat or drink at all.
That's right. Other than some carbonated water. just water? Yes, the professor was unable to eat, but he had been given permission to drink water. So it appears that the diners toasted their lunch with a glass of water each. They each raised a glass of carbonated water, but there's only one.
Only one glass.
Yeah,
What do you think, Ryu, about the witness's statement?
it's meaningful because there's only one glass in the picture. That last statement of yours, Miss Brett, has a profound bearing on this case.
Well, how fascinating. Do tell us what this profound bearing. What is this profound bearing?
Ellipses. More ellipses.
The significance of the statement will become apparent when the time is right. The defense calls for the witness's last statement to be formally added to the testimony. Well sidestepped, counsel. Very well, Mr. Brett. Kindly repeat what you just said to be added to your official testimony.
Gladly, she said. English ellipses. Or that was brilliant, Kazuma. I'm gonna remember that one.
Which one?
The significance will become apparent when the time is right. I could really use that phrase.
I'd hope there are some more useful tips you are picking up from this experience than that.
I ordered a beefsteak for myself and the professor, and I said cheers over a glass of carbonated water. Okay, so we could technically try and present the photo and see if it does anything, but we could also press this too. What do you want to do?
I would just present the photo.
Yeah, I mean, worst case, we get a
But,
point.
I mean-
we get a point deducted. So I mean, it's the worst case.
Oh, okay. Well, you know. Or do you need to examine it first? I think we already got what we
yeah,
needed
we
from it,
examined.
but-
Yeah, so
Okay.
screw it. You wanna go for it?
Yeah.
Ellipses. What? That's it. Let me just confirm something, please. It's to do with this photographic print. Just a short while ago, you spoke of this print showing the victim's table at the crime scene, that it was exactly as it was left. That is correct, the lady says. Well, that is it's odd. Very odd.
Dear me. What's odd is the defense's inability to express itself.
I'm gonna take that thing in your hand and smack you with it. Ugh.
Ryu, what is it about that print that looks odd to you?
Well, obviously, it's the cheers.
The cheers?
You ever watch that show? You know, it was very popular.
Where
back...
everybody knows your name?
Yeah. Miss Brett just told us that she and the
No.
professor just said cheers over a glass of water. But if that's true, there should be 2 glasses on the table, not 1. Oh, shit.
Yeah. You're quite right, counsel. There's only one glass pictured here. Are we supposed to be impressed by this nitpicking over minutia?
Yeah,
You're a lawyer.
You're a... Yeah.
Like, what possible difference does the presence or absence of a glass make on the case?
You're the shittiest prosecutor
Your
ever.
entire job is
Yeah.
quibbling over minutia.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah, come on, dude.
Minutia, you say? Could it be that the detective here removed a glass from the table to conceal the lady's presence?
Of course not. I would never do something so reckless, like draw a map on my business
You
card when I'm trying to
know,
hide who I am.
or literally as abscond with a suspect of a murder trial
And
and lie
shove him
about
in a
your
pantry.
testimony, hide your original. Yeah, yep, all these other things. Yeah, clearly never that reckless.
But there should have been 2 glasses on the table. Or are you going to try and tell me you can clink with only one? Hmm. Ellipses, you
I love
got
the
me there.
idea of them actually cheersing somehow, but sharing one glass in the
That's
process. I don't know what that would look like, but it seems like it would be awkward, and I'm about it.
it's like I don't know, like you sharing one spaghetti noodle or something like that.
I don't know.
I certainly took 2 glasses to the table. Oh.
Mm.
The inspector. What did the lady say?
She said, "Shut up."
Get got.
It would seem that it was Miss Brett who took the glass to the table. What? It was all so terrifying, everything that happened. I panicked and thought I should try to hide the fact that I've been there at all, she says.
Good gracious.
Murderer.
Sorry.
Fucking sorry.
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
There. As I assured the court before, this is of no consequence at all.
Please.
We must remember that this student had just murdered this lady's luncheon companion before her very eyes.
Objection.
Objection?
Requires a conviction.
Hearsay?
Yeah, no, he just that's not been proven. That's
Yeah.
what you're trying to claim. That's the whole trial thing.
Who could blame her for concealing a glass or two in her state of disarray?
I always just engage in petty theft whenever
Yes.
I'm panicked. That's
Yeah.
my standard response.
Every
too.
single
It's not good.
time I'm in a situation that makes me panic, I look at the nearest object and go, "Oh my god, I need this!" and just bolt.
Steal.
Yes.
And
We're
then
all-
flee. Yeah, exactly. I must take things.
You're a regular kleptomaniac.
It happens.
That is absurd.
Indeed, it is.
Oh, really? So, do we take it that you are now going to accuse this vulnerable, young, and beautiful woman of mischief?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, murder. I think is actually.
Yes. She just admitted it. Also, murder. The other M. 2 M's.
What? Big one.
No. This can't be put down to mischief.
I'd like to know exactly how the lady took the glass from the scene.
She took the glass and did the thing. It would seem that she slipped it into a small handbag she was carrying.
In other words, a place where you could have carried that gun.
Yes, handbag, you say?
Yes, Your Excellency. A small handheld pouch commonly carried by
Oh my
well-to-do
God.
women. Like, it's like
Oh,
maybe.
okay. So maybe handbags aren't common. That's, I guess, whatever. Okay.
Mm.
So, the beautiful lady has very graciously explained how and why she removed the glass from the scene now. However, the fact remains that this glass has absolutely no bearing on the case. This student has been trying to confuse the court with logical reasoning, but in the end, it comes to nothing. Logic has no place here. No more pretentious accusation. You've wasted enough
Pretentious.
time already.
God, look in a mirror, pal.
I'm gonna call you a dummy butt then. That's
Yeah,
it.
seriously. Real dummy butt.
Indeed. The lady has offered a satisfactory explanation as to why she removed the glass.
Man, I thought you were the smart one.
I think henceforth we can consider the matter to have no bearing on the case. Counsel for the defense, are you in agreement?
Oh,
I think not.
well, I don't know really.
If you want to pursue this matter further, you're going to need to show that it has some deeper significance.
Yes, you're right. So she took the glass away in her handbag. If there's a deeper significance there, it's the handbag, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because, like, you could hide anything there.
They said she didn't have any pockets, but if
Yeah.
she had a handbag,
You could hide a gun in
that's
there.
a place you could carry a gun.
Wait, the lady put the glass in her handbag, you say?
Yes, do try to keep up. It's already been explained to the court that all English gentlewomen carry handbags for small items.
Let me see. A little while ago, Miss Brett stated the following. I mean, there are no pockets in my outfit. I have nowhere to hide a gun. But what she forgot to mention was her handbag. Yep, in which would be perfectly possible to conceal a gun.
You're right.
Well done, partner. I had a feeling you'd pick up on that, too. Wait, so you knew and just didn't say
Yeah,
anything?
he's like, he wanted to
Fucked.
let. Yeah, what the hell, Kazuma?
Kazuma, yeah. This is getting a little bit more of the, like, sadist side of stuff.
Seriously.
What are you insinuating, you vile blackguard?
Blackguard? I don't know.
I don't even know what you're saying.
It's really very simple. The gunshot was heard when the defendant picked up the gun from the restaurant floor. As he didn't fire that gun, we can deduce that there must have been another firearm at the scene. The true murder weapon, if you will.
You can't seriously be suggesting.
Inspector Hosonaga. Yes. Did you or did you not search Miss Giselle Brett's handbag on the day of the murder? No, sir. I did not. As I thought. In other words, another gun, the one that was actually used to kill the professor, could have been hidden in Miss Brett's handbag.
No.
Now.
Order. What is the meaning of this, Inspector?
I love the Inspector. The meaning of what, Prosecutor Ouchie?
Why on earth did you not have the lady open her handbag and show you the contents at the time? Thanks to your bungling incompetence, now she has to endure these uncomfortable accusations.
Brilliant work, partner. Now we have a chance to expose the real woman behind the mask.
Do you think so, Kazuma? Yeah, yes. Oh my god, I'm dying. Oh my god. Well, what a sorry situation. Clearly you have no faith in the police. What? As I said, I did not search the lady's handbag after the shooting. Simply because it was unnecessary. Unnecessary in what way? I ought to thank the student lawyer, really. I have a piece of evidence here that I had completely forgotten about.
That seems normal and not sketchy in the slightest.
This photographic print. This print is of a photograph that I thought would be prudent to take immediately after the shooting. As you can see, it clearly shows Miss Brett's handbag.
Well, I never. You can see right through to what's inside.
But why would you have a translucent, like a see-through purse? That's right. Apparently, Meshwork bags like these are the height of fashion in London at the moment.
Hmm. So the contents are clearly visible.
Exactly. So there was no need to search the lady's handbag. If there had been a gun inside, it would have been immediately obvious. Ah,
Wait,
as you
so
can
you just
see.
let her walk off with that glass?
Yeah, as you can see, there's nothing to imply Miss Brett's guilt here. Ignore the fact that she admitted to stealing a glass to
I
not
mean, that's
be
not
at
the
the crime
biggest
scene.
crime in the world, but it
Yeah,
is an interesting point that he not only noticed but took a picture.
yeah.
Weird.
Thank you for helping to prove that, Naruhodo-san. Ah, my
No.
my back.
Order. Order. Inspector Hosonaga, you will submit that print as evidence at once.
Certainly, Your Excellency. All right, it's in the court
Got a
record.
little inspection there, huh? Yeah.
You want to take a look at it?
You've had long enough to cross-examine the witness, counsel.
Let's see
I
here.
think.
That tattoo on his
Mm-hmm.
hand.
Oh, the bull.
Is that not a thing? Weird. I figured for
Well,
sure. Oh.
mm-hmm.
Hey.
Hello.
That's something meaningful, actually.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Why would it be like that?
sad ellipses.
Did he die from the anesthesia? And they are trying to cover it up? She's the nurse at the
Oh,
medical research facility?
oh.
That would sort of follow. Anyway.
Yeah, the court has now been shown considerable evidence.
Times like these, Rebus, like, no, look what I discovered.
Yes, the photographic print just submitted into the court record appears to have no further significance. I'm satisfied that there is no longer any room for doubt in the matter, and I must make my ruling. Indeed, there is only one logical conclusion. That the pathetic rookie slumped over the bench before us is the only possible perpetrator of this crime.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Just when I thought I was beginning to turn things around. I'm in a worse situation than I was at the start. Oh no.
Ellipses.
He's sad. Uh, Kazuma?
Ellipses. I'm sorry, Reunus. Now that the cross examination of the witness is over, there's no way to force the trial to continue. Did we lose?
What? You mean this is it?
Ellipses.
Tisha. I must say, you put up quite a fight for a rookie student. But the weak on meat while the strong eat.
Shut
That's fucking good
your
shit.
fucking mouth. Shut up.
You were wasting your time. There is no way to defeat true justice.
Kazuma, can I borrow your sword? I'm gonna kill this guy.
I'm just gonna run through this thing. I mean, they can
Yeah.
only execute you for murder once, right?
Yeah, right?
A fact that you can chew on to your heart's content from the inside of your cell.
This can't be happening. Am I really going to be found guilty of a crime I didn't commit? And Kazuma. His dream of going to study in Great Britain will slip through his fingers. Sad ellipses. Kazuma.
What?
Is there really? Is there really no chance now of turning this trial around?
You heard the judge. There's nothing about that last photograph the detective produced that we can't.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
Which means there's no basis on which we can argue for the trial to continue.
Sad ellipses.
You very well. I will now proceed immediately to the ruling. It seems we'll be able to report the to the British government on time after all, if I can get a sentence out. That smug little Ryunu's oh Jesus. Ryunusuke Naruto,
Oh.
so on and so forth.
Here we go. He's got it. He
Wait.
recognized it.
Your Excellency,
Ryu?
I don't think you can rule on this case yet.
This amateurishness is getting tedious. When His Excellency deems that the trial is over, he gives his ruling. That is the most basic protocol of the courtroom.
I mean, I don't know, man. You've like done like not basic stuff out of the courtroom. You know, with your like, you gotta show the evidence. We don't have to. Your Excellency, just a moment ago you said this. As the photographic print just submitted appears to have no further significance. Sorry, there is no longer any room for doubt in this matter, and I must make my ruling. Now that means if there was a problem with the evidence, some significant detail, I mean, then ruling on the case at this time would be out of the question.
This is blatant straw clutching. Look at this photographic print.
I don't even have straw to clutch on, you idiot.
All it shows is the handbag the gentlewoman was carrying on the day in question. There can be no problem with this evidence.
Ellipses.
You'd better know what you're doing, Ryu.
I'm kind of bullshitting my way, but I got this.
I understand your objection, counsel. Certainly, the new evidence submitted by the detective has not undergone the court's scrutiny. However, if I fail to see how we can glean any new information from this handbag... my thoughts exactly. Really, the prosecution is becoming tired of this rookie's desperate wheezes.
Yes, I am desperate, but this isn't a wheeze. There's something about this photograph which just doesn't seem right. If I could only put my finger on it, but we're like, we did.
Magnifying glass thingy.
Yeah.
Very well. I will grant the defense one final opportunity.
Whoa.
What?
Oh shit.
But be warned that if I am unsatisfied with your response here, the trial will be over with immediate effect.
He's got his gavel there. Look at him. He's ready. He is ready. I think it's huge, by the way. Look at him.
Do I make myself clear?
It is a big ass hammer. His hands are like.
Yeah, his hands are ginormous, and the fact that his gavel is big as his hand. Holy shit! You could like kill somebody with that. Yes, Your Excellency.
So take another look at this photographic print, Inspector Hosanagi submitted before. You will identify for the court where in this print we see the significant detail to which you have alluded.
It's this bowl mark right here.
Yeah.
Look at this. Here. There's a very unusual mark on the victim's wrist.
That is true. It looks almost like a bird of some description.
Ooh?
Dear me. I was pondering what new piffle you would come out with. A bird, you say, on the victim's wrist? Clearly, that has nothing whatsoever to do with the magnificent lady's handbag.
Yes, that is a burn mark. You're right. Huh?
Go on, Inspector.
The police coroner also noticed it when he was performing the post-mortem examination. It was deemed unrelated to the cause of death, so he didn't note it in his report.
What did I tell
you? He didn't notice a fresh burn mark. Alright.
In any case, we have no idea when the victim suffered this burn, do
Oh.
we?
Fair enough, I guess.
Pretty good idea.
We had no possible way of knowing either.
But we do
Well,
know.
Get one of those hot pads. You got
Yeah.
a plate that they serve fajitas on. I'm not sure that they serve steaks on that, but regardless.
The more I look at it, the more I find myself intrigued by the curious shape of this bark. However, as Prosecutor Gauchi points out, unless a firm connection to the case can be shown, I cannot allow any further time to be spent on the precise details of this burn.
Huh? Excuse me, Your Excellency. It would seem Miss Brett has a lunch appointment with the dean and other university staff. She would like to know if she makes the excuse from the stand now.
Oh, of course. Of course, dear lady. We shan't hold you up any longer. I'm quite sure His Excellency is about to give his final ruling anyway. Ellipses.
What's your thinking on Ryu? Do you believe this burn does have something to do with the case?
You bet. To be honest, I'm not really sure. But if I don't keep pushing, then it's all over. He's bullshitting. So I was thinking I should keep digging and digging in the hope I might uncover something useful.
Ellipses. Yes, you're right.
I am? I am.
If we can just link that burn to the case. If we can do that, we might be able to prise this shutting door back open again.
Hell yeah.
Just give up, Counsel. You can't possibly hope to do that. Indeed, I'm afraid that without evidence, I can't allow you to pursue what is little more than conjecture.
But if we had evidence that irrefutably linked the burn on the victim's wrist to the case, then you would allow it?
I would, yes.
To tell the truth, I hadn't noticed that burn. But as soon as you pointed it out, what I did notice was the color draining from Miss Brett's face. Clearly, obviously, apparently.
Yeah, she had color? I mean, it's all kind of like,
Yeah.
Really? I have to find some link between that burn and the case. Ugh. You got this. This is the moment of truth. It's time to find some evidence that proves what the burn really means. Bro, I got it. We got it. We got it.
So then, the defense will now present its evidence to the court. The evidence that demonstrates an inextricable connection between the victim's burn and this trial.
This thing.
Yeah.
What's this, Counsel? Yet another print?
Yes, Your Excellency. I believe photographic prints are an amazing invention. When humans look at a scene, we miss things. But in a photograph, things we may have overlooked at the time are recorded forevermore.
Do hurry up, Rookie. What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say is that you're a fucking idiot.
I'm about to get roped by this rookie.
To inconvenience this poor lady any further would be quite inexcusable.
Actually, we may need you to stay with us a little longer if you don't mind, Miss Brett. Ellipses. You see, it's very clearly visible.
45 to life.
You see, we stay for the 25. That's good. You see, it's very clearly visible in this other photograph. How did the victim come to have the unusually shaped burn on his wrist? The reason is recorded here forevermore. He loves that word. What? Ow.
You can't fool me with your little bluffs, boy. If that's your game, then let's see how well it plays out. Show the court exactly what you mean. What
Wait.
is it in this photograph that explains the reason for the victim's death?
This
On the
boy.
ground.
Let me get a little more. There you go.
Yo.
The beefsteak?
The beefsteak was the smoking gun.
Always.
It
Should've
all
known.
comes back. Actually, the point
Exactly.
is the metal plate the steak was served on.
The blade? Yeah. Yeah. Your Excellency, are you all right?
As you can see, there's an emblem on the plate. I would guess some sort of trademark of Le Carnival. Ah. This emblem on the plate. And the victim's burn are exactly the same shape.
Yeah. Ryu, you genius.
You're spot on. Which means the victim must have suffered this burn while he was present at the restaurant.
But even if that's the case, we can't know if it happened on the day in question.
Oh,
or
it just
not.
happens to look exactly like the symbol on the steak plate.
Mhm.
It could have been the day before, or the day before that. It most likely had happened at some other unrelated time.
Well,
Here we go, guys.
yay.
Sadly, Dr. Ouchie, the chances of that are extremely slim. It would
Thanks.
have been recorded at the medical
Yeah.
report, probably.
Well, he said it,
Why?
the coroner thought it wasn't important, so that's why he didn't note it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The outline of the burn is clearly discernible. Oh, it should have healed more if it were later.
Yeah.
Such a serious injury would have caused quite a commotion in the restaurant. I guess that makes sense too.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree, Inspector Hosonaga?
I can't imagine having missed such a terrible disaster, certainly.
Be a failure as a head waiter.
Yeah.
But
I would say, looking at the picture of the wound, that it wasn't suffered very long ago. And although it's not a particularly large burn, it's extremely well defined, as the defense just pointed out. This was no mild burn, that's for sure. Can you be more specific, Inspector? Well, let's see.
Look, it got branded.
Yeah, if the plate was around 90 degrees centigrade, a burn like
yeah.
that would have taken around 3 seconds.
That's
It's hot.
that's an unconscious person.
Yeah.
it's inconceivable that the victim wouldn't have let out a scream of pain.
Unless he's like the Human Torch or something.
Yeah.
I've been investigating at the restaurant for several weeks already, but I've not heard anyone scream at all. As the head waiter of Le Carnival, I can testify
We
to
take
that.
notes about those kinds of things.
Yeah.
that we were
It's
taught
like,
back in the academy.
Thursday the 1st, no scream, smiley face. As the head,
yeah.
as the head waiter of Le Carnival, I can testify to that without hesitation.
But you're a detective, not a waiter.
There you have it. Something isn't right here. As the detective said, anyone who burnt themselves on a piping hot plate for 3 whole seconds would scream in pain. There's no question of that.
Dude, 3 seconds is such a long time to leave your hand on something that's
Yeah, holy
burning.
shit. Yeah.
Like, oh my god. Yeah.
And yet,
Oh, wait, sorry, no.
It's alright.
And yet, Inspector Hosonaga never heard the professor scream. Not on that day, or any before it.
That's right. And the strange thing is, on the day he was shot, I didn't hear him cry out either.
What are you suggesting?
Well, if the professor had carelessly laid his wrist at the plate for anything like 3 seconds that day.
They said it was likely laughing gas before.
Hmm.
That would be beyond careless, I think, Counsel.
And the rest of us in the restaurant, myself, the sergeant, and the old antiques dealer, all of us would, without any question, have heard him scream. Wouldn't you agree, Prosecutor Archie?
Hmm? Well, yes, I suppose.
So the question is, why didn't a single person hear Dr. Wilson scream? Oh,
I I almost don't believe it. Ryu, do you think he's already dead?
could it really be true?
Or he was just under anesthesia.
Yeah, I never tried to arrive at a conclusion like this, but I'm starting to think that it may be. We've been led into a terrible trap. Also, you should get to the point so we can go home.
I was just gonna say.
There's only one
Whatever
explanation I
you
can
want to call
think
it.
of. Sorry, what?
I was just gonna say you were talking about wanting to call it at.
Oh, yeah.
Right, we're a little
Right.
after that now. But
Eventually.
it's okay. We can get to the
Once
next
it,
topic.
it gets to a stopping point. Sorry, I got too invested. Even though I've played this before.
No complaint from me.
There's only one explanation I can think of to make sense of this apparent impossibility. On the day in question, when he suffered the burn to his wrist, Dr. Wilson was already dead. That's what we're thinking?
It's got to be.
Yeah.
None of the others work.
He was asleep.
Yeah,
Just
if
taking
you
a nap.
hadn't noticed the burn, that seems to maybe follow from he was like over anesthetized or something. But I think he was already deceased. I think he died at that clinic. I think he was overdosed, and the lady's the nurse, and she orchestrated this whole thing.
No man could remain silent while his wrist was burning on a piping hot plate for 3 whole seconds. That's clearly impossible. Apart from
it's impossible.
Apart from in one particular situation.
Your counsel, are you suggesting?
Yes, it's only possible if the man was already dead.
Already dead?
English ellipses. Knowing what we know now, it's the only possible explanation. When the beef steak was brought to Dr. Wilson's table that day, that professor was already dead.
That's madness! Order, please. Counsel, explain this absurd notion at once. The victim was killed by the gunshot.
No, not the judge.
That's right. Yes, that's absolutely right, Your Excellency. This is just another ridiculous ploy by the rookie student, but clearly he has no grasp of the facts.
Objection!
No, Prosecutor Ouchie, it's you who have no grasp of facts.
I beg your pardon?
As soon as it became apparent that the victim had suffered that burn while at the restaurant, this whole case was turned upside down. Or have you not grasped that yet?
Oh yeah. Fuck him up. Fuck him up. Fuck him up.
Your Excellency, the court must hear from this witness again. If it's true, as we now believe, that the victim was already dead before the gunshot was heard, it's highly likely that Miss Brett knows something about it.
English ellipses.
Incredible. Yeah, I certainly didn't anticipate this twist of events. I'm sorry to say, Miss Brett, you'll be missing your appointment.
Yeah.
Boom! Yeah,
Boom.
you'll have to forget your luncheon
Mic,
engagement.
mic drop.
Gavel clomp.
But, Your Excellency,
English ellipses.
the justice system in our country may be in its infancy. But rest assured, all reasonable doubt must be dispelled before I am prepared to pass judgment.
Thank you, Your Excellency. English ellipses. Fucking- What was that smile?
Do F.
Yes, of course. I mean, I'd be delighted to help. Especially if it helps relations between my country and yours. Like, what? What? What?
You clearly understood the whole time, though.
Ah, Miss Brett, you speak Japanese?
Even as long as like, what the fuck? Well, of course I do. I'm studying in your country after all.
But, but then why have you been speaking through an interpreter until now?
My mother tongue, Friends English, is the most refined and elegant language in the world.
Oh
As a
my
gentlewoman, I try to avoid speaking in your vulgar tones as much as possible. Okay, what the fuck? That's kind of what the hell?
Okay, so you suck.
What kind of okay? This is a what the fuck ellipses.
The fuck?
Ellipses.
But it seems the men of this land possess none of the chivalrous virtues of English gentlemen, so I can see that I shall have to lower myself to communicating with you all on your own level.
Oh, well, you are the epitome of a true English
My God.
gentlewoman. We are truly honored by this lavish consideration you so graciously afford. Ellipses. Yeah, I see.
So this guy's such a simp.
Just, uh, in that case, Miss Brett, I will now ask you to testify in your own words about the events leading up to the death of the victim, Dr. Wilson.
Pompous ellipses.
So, we're finally going to hear her own words on the matter. Things are getting interesting, Ryu. What do you think, Ryu?
I think I'm fucked, honestly.